Hello guys again. This is me, Mr. Diaz, for the math class, and this time I'm going to continue with the process of dividing whole numbers. And I gave you a homework. I left the homework on page 282, and this is the one. Check. And the exercises are circle 17, 18, and 19. The first is to estimate, okay? And you know that for estimating we need compatible numbers. So this is something that we already studied, but this is not part of the long process division, but we can practice. So let's find compatible numbers for 4,134 divided by 67. Okay. Remember we have to find a number that is compatible. 41 is not compatible with the number 6. Okay. And if we want to round 67, the closest number that we can round or estimate 67, that will be 70. Okay. But 41 is not a compatible number in the table of 7. So we're going to make this 41 a 42. So that will be 4,200. And as you can see, this is easier. If you divide 42 divided by 7, the answer is 6. Remember that if we have a 0, we cancel this 0, and we cancel this other 0, and we have a 0 left, which is added to the answer. So as you can see, the answer is that will be 60. Okay, so that is the way we estimate this exercise. Now let's move on to the 18. This is a long process division. It talks about an area of a park. Okay, the total area of the park is 1,176 square miles. That will be miles square. But the park has 58 equal parts. I mean, the total area has 50 equal parts. It says equal number of square miles. Now the question is, how large would each part be? How many mile squares or square miles is for each part of the park? So what do we need? We need to do a division. So we're gonna write here that division, which is 1,176 divided by 58. Okay. Let's remember the process. And I said, first you take these two numbers. If you have two numbers in the divisor, you get two numbers in the dividend. In this case, it's 11. But 11 is not enough for 58. Remember that the number inside 11 has to be greater than the number outside, which is the divisor. So what we do is to take another number. That will be the number 7. And now you don't have 11, but you have 117. And I said that how can we find a number that you can multiply 58 and the result is going to be 117 or close to 117? I remember I told you that when you have these very big numbers, you don't know the table of 58. So what you do is to take these two numbers, 11, and you will find that number in this last 10th place value of the divisor, which is number 5. What is the number that you can find here? 11 in the table of 5, that will be 2. Okay, 2 times 8 is 16. So we write a 2 here. 2 times 8 is 16. Remember that we write it below the 7 because the whole number is 117. Okay, it's 16 and we get 1. Now 2 times 5, that will be 10, plus 1, that will be 11. As you can see, the number is very close to 117, which is 116. 7 minus 6 is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0, and 1 minus 1 is 0, so this is 0. The next step is to get this 6 down. We place it there. And as you can see, this number that you got down here, or you dropped down, is not enough for 58. And the problem is that we don't have any more numbers here that we can drop down and make the number bigger to continue dividing. So when this happens, when you drop down the last number and this number is not enough to divide, you add a 0 here and you finish the division. So that would be 20, okay? The first in the answer is 20, okay? And so the answer would be 20 miles square each part, okay? But if you read here, it says, how large would the remaining area be? If you check here, the remainder is 16. 16. Okay? And every part, or each part, is 20. So how can we know the miles square, or the square miles missing for the other part? Well, the remaining area is 16. So this is the answer. The remaining area is 16 miles square. But they are asking here, no, that will be okay. Now we move on to the next, which is the 19. A cereal company, they pack shipping boxes. Shipping boxes are very, very big boxes, and inside these boxes you have small cereal boxes. So a cereal company has 1,364 cereal boxes for shipping. Okay, this is the total of cereal boxes. Now, every shipping box, every big or large box, you can put inside this box 24 boxes of cereal, the smaller ones, okay? So the question is, how many shipping boxes can be completely filled? I mean, how many shipping boxes can you get with this number of cereal packs or small cereal boxes? So what you have to do is a division. So let's do it now. That will be 1,364 64 divided by the number that you can put, which is 24 boxes inside, like that. Okay, the process is if you have two numbers in the divisor, you get the same numbers in the dividend. But remember that this number 13 has to be greater than 24, and 13 is not greater than 24. So we're going to take the next if we want to continue dividing. So the number is not 13 anymore, but 136. Now, we know that you don't know the table of 24. It's kind of hard to find the number in the table of 24. So what we do is these two numbers in the tens place value of the divisor number, which is the number 2. Where's the number that you can get in the table of 2 that is equals to 13 or close to 13? The answer, that would be 6, right? 6. But the problem is that if you make it a 6, it's going to be too much. See, 6 times 4 is 24, and you got 2. 6 times 2 is 12. Plus 2, that would be 14, and that would be 142, and we need 136. So I will make it 5. 5 times 4 is 20, and you got 2. 5 times 2 is 12, plus 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12. And we make the subtraction. 6 minus 0 is 6, 3 minus 2 is 1, and 1 minus 1 is 0. The next step is to drop the number 4 down. And we have 164. Again, this number is too big that you can find in the table of 24. And besides, we don't know the table of 24. So what we do is to find these two numbers in the table of the number 2 here. 16 in the table of 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. But I think it's going to be too much. So we can make it a 7. But even a 7, I think it's too much. It's going to be 168. So the number here, the proper number is 6. 6 times 4 is 24, and you got 2. 6 times 2 is 12, and 2, that will be 14. 4 minus 4 is 0. 6 minus 4 is 2, and 1 minus 1 is 0. So now we have the answer. The answer is 56. That will be the answer for part A over here. See, how many chipping boxes? Well, 56 boxes. So I'm going to write it here. 56 chipping or huge or large boxes. Now, the other question is, there are leftover cereal boxes, which is this number 20, okay? These are the ones that we didn't pack in one chipping box because 20 is not enough. You need more. Remember that in every chipping box you need to put 24. So they are asking how many more do you need to fill another chipping box. So what you have to do is easy. Okay? You need to subtract 24 minus 20. Okay? And as you can see, 24 minus 20 is 4. So you need 4 cereal boxes to complete a new chipping box. Okay, so the answer here is this one. You need 4 cereal boxes. Okay, that will be for page 282. I'm gonna make another video so we can discuss the other section or the other page, which is 284. So let's wait for this second part of the video. Thank you.